Who was your coach and why did you choose him to be your coach?
So my coach is Michael De La Pava, MDLP, Battle X Gym. And the reason why I decided to work with Mike, I've known Mike for a really long time. Actually, he coached Corey for about a year, I think, maybe a little less than that. But I've known Mike for a really long time, and in 2020, so like March of 2020, when COVID was just starting and things were shut down, I started to have this like pain in my right hand. It was like a pain burning, and it would like shoot all the way up into my shoulder and my elbow. And I worked with my chiropractor for a while. We thought it might be, we had to work remotely obviously because it was COVID, and he wasn't seeing clients at the time. And we deduced that it was actually not a hand issue, but it was a neck issue. So I never got an MRI, but we did kind of figure out that it was like a cervical spine issue. And so I worked with chiropractor, and then in November of 2020, we had an event at Iron Night, and we invited Mike and his athletes here. We did a mock meet, and so while he was here, I ended up telling him about all the things that was going on with my hand, and he had mentioned to me that he had an athlete with something similar, and he gave me all of these things to work on. And then, so I worked on that for like a week, and then I hit him back up and I was like, you know, thank you so much. But I also knew that Mike had not only worked with, but had his own injuries, and he had worked towards them, he had rehabbed them and gotten back to where he is now. And so that was something that was really interesting to me because I realized that I did have a lot of issues that I needed to work on. So I started working with Mike, and in addition to the neck issue that I had always had like low back issues from poor posture. I was a receptionist and a paralegal for years, and so I always was sitting. And so I have an L4, L5 disc herniation and an L5, S1 bulge in my low back. So he kind of peeped that without me even saying anything. And so we started working together and literally rehabbed for like, I want to say like close to 3 months was nothing but rehab. I didn't even touch a bar. And that was a humbling experience, but something that I definitely know is necessary. And the reason why I decided to compete again was because I finally felt strong. But Mike overall is just, I mean, he's more than a coach for me. He's like, I tell my husband all the time, like, he's my only other long-term relationship. Like, you're stuck with me forever. I'm sorry about that. And he is just, yeah, he doesn't just program me. He doesn't just coach me for my lifts. Like, he genuinely, like, there are times where I will send him messages and I'll be like, I'm done with everything and I can't do this anymore. Everything hurts and I suck. And Mike finds a way to, like, life coach me in a sense. He's like a therapist at times, but he always finds a way to remind me of who I am, why I do this, and why I have to keep going. And so that for me is like everything. And that's kind of why I will stick with Mike for as long as it serves both of us. And I'm genuinely just grateful to have him in my life. I think the thing is, it's like with powerlifting, you have either had an injury or you're going to have an injury. It's just the name of the game. But for me, it just takes time. Everybody's different. The injuries are always different. It just depends on what it is. It takes time, but it also takes expertise. So if you have an injury, then I would definitely seek out guidance, whether that's from a medical professional, a chiropractor that actually works with athletes, not just a random chiropractor that only does car accident victims, things like that. And find a coach who knows how to work with your injuries, not someone that's just gonna be like, hey, keep going. Because when you have an injury, it's defeating. It's mentally defeating, but also if you don't take care of it, you're at risk for further injury. If you couch potato, you're at risk for further injury. So create like a team for yourself that wants to see you be the best that you can be. And I think that is the most important thing, is just be patient and find the right people to help you get past that.
Explain to me what a lot 5 is.
Okay, so one of the things, well, the series of extras that I do daily. I'm supposed to do them twice a day. I really try hard to do them twice a day, but I do them for sure daily. It is the Lock 5. If you don't know who Andrew Locke is, Google him, he's amazing. I think his Instagram is at United, it's like united.education, health something, whatever. It'll be somewhere on the screen. He is top-notch information. If you are looking for rehab work on anything, find Andrew Locke. But one of the things that I do, it's the Lock 5, it's clamshells, kickbacks, planks. I forgot what they're called, but they're shoulder taps. We'll show you what they are, even though I suck at them. And oh, it's because I don't do them. That's why. So Lock 5 consists of clamshells, planks, shoulder taps, kickbacks, and side planks. And so the key is to work on your core and your glutes. And for me, those are huge, huge, huge weaknesses. And doing those daily, twice daily, has been a godsend and has really changed my lifts overall. I hope that you are enjoying this journey thus far. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them down below. Subscribe to our channel, and we will see you next time.